Hello, ALTs. I am Irinouchi Masanori, a Senior Curriculum Development Specialist at the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, MEXT. This video highlights important aspects of team teaching between Japanese teachers and ALTs to enhance instruction through language activities. First, let's take a look at the significance of team teaching between Japanese teachers and ALTs. The first key point is providing a personalized and attentive instruction. By dividing roles between the Japanese teacher and the ALT can assist in areas that the Japanese teacher alone might overlook. They can also provide a personalized support to the students who need it, while the Japanese teacher conducts whole class instruction. This allows for more tailored and effective teaching by utilizing the advantage of having multiple instruction in the same classroom. The second key point is utilizing the strengths and individuality of each teacher. Since Japanese teachers interact with students both inside and outside the classroom, they can consider both academic and personal development while designing lessons that align with students' developmental stages. They can also incorporate prior knowledge from other subjects to deepen students' understanding. The specialty of ALTs as native speakers is the ability to interact with students through real and authentic communication experiences. They can also introduce aspects of their home country's lifestyle and culture, helping a student deepen their intercultural understanding. By leveraging strengths and unique qualities of both teachers and ALTs, students can experience sense of achievement through successful communication, which in turn enhance their motivation to learn. Now, let's examine specific teaching strategies for some common classroom scenarios. This video will explain 8 key classroom scenarios. Now, let's take a closer look at specific examples based on a lesson conducted in a junior high school setting. First, let's watch a model interaction that outlines the learning goal of the unit.
I recommend Osaka Castle.
Oh, Osaka
Yeah.
Castle, I see.
Yeah, in spring, you can see cherry blossoms.
Okay.
They're really beautiful.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, also, you can eat takoyaki.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
this is a traditional Japanese food. They're
see.
really delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, and also the Osaka Castle is actually a museum.
A museum?
That's right. So you can experience and you can see like the history of Osaka and Japan.
Wow, I see.
That's right. So I really recommend that you visit Osaka Castle.
Okay, thank
you.
you for your recommendation.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
The Japanese teacher and ALT demonstrated a model interaction that connects to the unit's learning goal. By modeling activities and dialogues such as were shown, students are able to clearly understand the goal of the unit and the lesson, and gain an insight into what they will be able to do by the end of the unit. Using visual materials alongside the demonstration made the content easier to understand and help capture student interest. Additionally, when modeling the activity or language to be used, it is important to interact with students and create opportunities for them to learn about each other's countries and also about the ALT. Now, let's watch how the ALT interact with the students.
So what place can you recommend to our Taiwanese students?
You can visit Nambayasaki Jinja and also Hirakata Park and Namba no Yu.
Oh wow, those are like 3 places. So what can you do in those places?
You can get lucky and you can enjoy this park and you get more cards. And also you can great time in Namba no Yu.
Oh, so you meant to say you can have
You can have
a great time.
have a great
All
time.
right. I see. Can you say that again?
You can have
A great time.
a great time.
Okay, I see. You can have a great time. Thank you very much. That was very good. Thank you.
The ALT encourages a student to express their thoughts by acknowledging their responses, asking relevant follow-up questions, and guiding them to recognize their own errors. In this way, it is important to actively interact with the student to help them express what they want to say. When communicating with students, avoid one question, one answer exchanges. Instead, try to ask follow-up questions, use phrases to confirm their understanding, and show active listening through verbal responses, such as paraphrasing. This helps students feel acknowledged and encourage them to expand on their thoughts. Additionally, both Japanese teachers and ALTs should share its own thoughts and feelings, adjust their language to match the student's proficiency level, and help students notice their mistakes to foster mindset growth and self-awareness. Next, let's watch how the ALT observed assesses student engagement in the lesson.
And here are many restaurants too. You can eat many kinds of Japanese dish. And I think it will be a great treat. Please come and visit Himeji.
Oh, I think that's very nice. So, can I just give something in here?
The Japanese teacher and ALT observed students during the pair work, taking notes on their learning progress in relation to lesson goals. To provide effective instruction and support, it is essential for both the Japanese teacher and ALT to assess what students can do and what they are yet unable to do. To achieve this, Japanese teachers and ALTs should divide their observation focus, taking notes on the student language use, expressions, and any other notable aspects. In this situation, utilizing ICT tools can also be an effective way to enhance observation and feedback. This is a scene where the Japanese teacher and ALT discuss the student learning progress and adjust their teaching approach to achieve the lesson goals. Although the lesson plan, including instructional contents and the direction of the unit, is usually decided before class or before the unit begins, it is important for Japanese teachers and ALTs to adjust their approach based on the student progress and the difficulties as they are conducting each class. For example, they should discuss and confirm whether they will conduct whole class interaction or individual instruction for specific areas, such as content, pronunciation, vocabulary, expressions, sentence structures, and grammar. Next, let's take a look at a scene where whole class instruction is conducted with a focus on improving the content of student communication in order to achieve the lesson goal.
Okay, so they want to know about these requests, right? So when the students in Taiwan want to ask some questions, maybe they will ask about these things. Okay, and also when you introduce your place, maybe you can talk about these kind of things. Okay? Okay, so let's try to do this.
To help students achieve the lesson goal, the teacher asks them to recall what the Taiwanese junior high school student wanted to know. While the Japanese teacher guided the student in recalling it, the ALT supported discussion by writing the key points on the board. To ensure the student can achieve both the unit and lesson goals, the learning process should encourage them to organize information, develop their thoughts, and reconstruct their ideas based on the purpose of the communication, as well as location and situation in which the communication is taking place. To support this, both Japanese teachers and ALTs should ask questions that encourage them to think deeply. Highlight outstanding student responses as a good model of communication, and encourage the student to reflect on their learning. Additionally, It is important to make key points of instruction explicit so that students have a clear reference point whenever they need to reconstruct their ideas. Now let's watch how the teacher provides instruction by addressing common mistakes made by students.
Is wrong with this one because it's connected to the first sentence, right? So what is wrong? Takoyaki and okonomiyaki, it's delicious.
They are.
They're very good, right? So you can say like they're delicious. All right? So because takoyaki and okonomiyaki. All right? So you can say, so how would you make this sentence better? So you can say these are takoyaki and okonomiyaki. They're delicious. All right? Okay. All right, everybody, let's try that. These are. All right, ready? 1, 2. These are takoyaki and okonomiyaki. They're delicious. All right, thank you very much for that.
Next, let's take a look at the scene where the teacher provides instruction on the grammar points covered in this unit.
It is hot in summer. Is this sentence okay? Do you see what's wrong with the sentence? No? Any idea? How can we change this sentence? How can we change? Say, Yasaka Festival. Yasaka Festival. Then what's next? Is, okay? Is, so let's check. Do you remember? Hold. How do we change? Held. Ah, okay. Is held. Okay. In summer. Okay. Alright, so let's practice. Yasaka Festival is held in summer. 1, 2.
Yasaka Festival is held in summer.
Okay.
You have just watched 2 scenes focusing on the language aspect of teaching. When planning instruction, it is necessary to decide the content of teaching based on the student's learning progress and the position of the lesson in relation to the unit as a whole. However, it is also essential to address common errors and explicitly teach the language materials covered in the unit. When doing so, instruction should not be limited to a one-way explanation from the Japanese teachers or ALTs. Instead, Japanese teachers and ALTs can interact with students, helping them recognize important points and develop the critical thinking and deep learning. Additionally, regarding language aspect of teaching, teachers should clearly highlight key learning points as a reference for students when refining their understanding. Providing opportunities for repeated practice many times will also help reinforce learning. In elementary schools, some students may find difficulties with reading English words and sentences. In such cases, repeated listening and oral practice can be highly beneficial in increasing familiarity with the written word and its sounds. Moreover, incorporating ICT tools such as video recording can help students to practice language materials at their own pace, according to their individual learning needs. Next, let's take a look at the scene where the Japanese teacher and ALT provide individual guidance and support through interaction with the students.
So in Osaka City, there is a
Osaka Castle.
there is a castle. How do you spell castle?
CATLE.
Yes, CAS.
C
All right, let's try spell.
A
CASTLE.
S T L E.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, can you read? In
In
Osaka.
Osaka City, there is a castle.
Nice. Very good.
Next, let's watch how the Japanese teacher and ALT provide individual support when the student appear to be facing problems in expressing their thoughts.
Does your friend like Ibaraki's food? What food does your friend like?
Melon.
You want to recommend melon? Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You have just watched two scenes where the ALTs provided individualized instruction and support. It is essential to conduct individual-oriented instruction based on the student learning progress. Focus on aspects such as content, pronunciation, vocabulary, expressions, sentence structures, and grammar. As mentioned in the whole class instruction section, individualized support should not be limited to one-way explanations. Instead, Japanese teachers and ALTs should engage with the student through interactions to ensure their understanding of the content. Additionally, practicing with a student in a one-on-one situation when needed is an important part of the effective support. Furthermore, recognizing and praising students' efforts can boost their confidence and motivation, encouraging them to engage more actively in learning and foster a positive relationship between the teacher and the student. Finally, let's take a look at a scene where the Japanese teacher and LT reflect on the students' learning from today's lesson.
I am really impressed.
Why impressed?
Yes, because I mean, at first they were really having trouble expressing their ideas, and also with the other students, a little trouble asking questions. But during the final session, I think they did a wonderful job. So they could express their ideas nicely. They have good introduction and also like a very good ending. So I think that's a very good.
Okay. Good job. Big hands to yourself. Okay, thank you.
The LT gave specific praise for what students were able to do at the end of the lesson. By recognizing student progress and efforts in relation to the lesson goals, Japanese teachers and LTs can help build their confidence and encourage engagement in further learning. Additionally, providing a student with a clear guidance on what they should work on next, give them a better sense of direction by setting achievable goals, and helps them prepare for the next steps in learning. We hope you found this video will be helpful for you. You and a Japanese teacher both have the same end goal in mind, and that is to support and enhance student learning to help them develop the interest in English and foster self-efficacy through language activities. So, as an ALT, maintaining good communication with Japanese teachers, working together as a teaching partner, and actively engaging the lesson can greatly contribute to students' English development. If you are interested in furthering your understanding of teaching English classes in Japan, there are many instructional and lesson-based videos available to watch on the official MEXT channel.